Hey guys, Coupon to Provide here, and today I'm coming at you with my craft room tour. While we take an overall look at the space panning through, I thought it would be a good idea to share with you what kind of crafter I am. For starters, I don't consider myself a crafter. I am a creative doer. I create because it's in my soul, I do so, and I share that with others in hopes to inspire or light a fire that once burned in someone to create and get that sense of accomplishment back through creativity. So I don't do technicalities here. I don't work with any brands. I basically take my inspiration from you guys and just get creative. I dabble in many things, and I usually refer to myself as a jack of all trades but a master of none. But I love it all. This space reflects that for sure. I have what I want when I want, and it's amazingly enough a huge part of you guys. Friends to the channel have flooded this space with generosity and gifts and things that I will forever be grateful for. That being said, I hope my affordable and organized systems help you guys and inspire you in some way to create some simple solutions in your own creative space. I did take a poll on my social medias to find out whether or not y'all wanted a full-length video or a smaller, shorter subcategory set of videos. And by 74% of you, it seems like y'all want a full-length video. But for the rest of you, I'm going to try to do my best to break the spaces down into subcategories and create a timestamp over the next few days in the actual description box or the comments of the video so that you guys can just reference certain points. Also, if I have any systems that are the exact same from the previous house, then I will go ahead and link those videos in the description box as well. So that is pretty much it for the intro of this video. I do hope that you enjoy watching all of the different things that I have come up with and kind of get some logic behind all of my madness. I promise there is a purpose. That being said, we're going to go ahead and jump right in with the organization. Starting off, we're going to go ahead and take a look at my desk. My desk is basically the heart of this entire space. I love this desk. I found it walking into a Goodwill one day and I saw it for $20. And I actually didn't get it. I wasn't sure if I wanted it, if it would fit, if I could fit it in this space comfortably, or if the hubby was even willing to, kind of go out and do these things that I always make him do, which is bring home all this furniture stuff and redo it and all that. So I left it and I regretted it. And I went back for it. Perfect enough. It was 50% off that day on the sticker that it had. So I got it for $10. I guess Jesus knew what he was doing, because getting it for $10 actually makes me love it even more. So it is vintage. I did sand the top and I restained it and I painted the body. I did keep the original hardware, and now we're going to go ahead and take a closer look at everything that is actually on and in the desk. So in the front here, we have 5 pull-out drawers. We also have a centerpiece that pulls out. This is just the frame. Along the side, you see the siding. It is all chrome or stainless hardware on the legs and the drawer pulls, and then the back is just a solid white strip. Along the side, we have an organizer there that I will go over in just a bit, and that is pretty much it. So now we can go ahead and take a look at everything that is on top. So this first item is a King Dollar plant that I hauled recently, and I put it here after bringing it in from the video, and I just left it here, and then now it's here. So it's probably going to become a permanent part of this space. This is actually a baseball display box. You can display a super awesome signed baseball or something memorabilia inside of it. And it comes with 2 parts. There is this piece that goes like this, and then there's another piece that goes like this. And I basically took them apart and used them as open organizers. Here I just have a few little planner sticker books and stickers that I want to use in my layouts whenever I go through and do my memory planning. On this next organizer, it is from the 99-cent only store. It has these little sectioned areas along with this exterior tray for 99 cents. I just use it for gel pens, felt tip markers, and some colored pens, and then some gold themed markers as well. I actually found this gorgeous wicker or whatever material this is, tiered organizer for $3 at a thrift store. It is a wall unit, but I love using it here on my desktop. I use it to store random stuff that I am either using or was using or will be using, just so that it's easy to grab here on my desktop, like this awesome reprint Sears shopping guide. It was reprinted in 1979 of the year 1909, and it is full of embellishment. So cute, or ephemera, excuse me. Gorgeous ephemera in this book. I absolutely love it. So yeah, there's that. I got that for like 8 cents from Pennywise. And then just some miscellaneous stuff. And here I have this little Made in India stainless steel decorative bowl that has paper clips, and these are all reused over and over again for holding the junk journal together in different areas and pages and stuff like that. So that is something that I reach for often. I just leave them there. Here are 2 more of the 99 cent only store organizers. I do believe they marketed these as bathroom organizers for like your toothbrush, your hairbrush, makeup brush, whatever, but I think they work well here in the office. In the back cubbies, there's 2 side by side. I have my scissors and decorative scissors. Here I have my puncture tools in this little container here, like when you want to make your holes for your junk journal pages and whatnot. And this little acrylic organizer, that was also from the that was a thrift store find. Use it to hold my black markers and pens and things like that. And this next space here, I got these pens from King Dollar for $1.25 for all the different colors. I absolutely love them. I love using them in my journaling, and it's just really great to have them all on hand and easy access. In this little container here, this is a lock top container from Dollar Tree that I put all of the additional little blades in for one of the scissors that I have that has the interchangeable blades. In this little metal tin bucket, I put cutting tools like these little things here, or some miscellaneous little tools like to open stuff up. It's a little magnet band. I got this from King Dollar as well. It's great for screws and nails when I'm doing different projects around the house. Another acrylic organizer here. This one and this one were actually from the same thrift store for $1. Or no, these were 50 cents, I think. 50 cents or a quarter, something like that. And I use one for blades, and I use one for my miscellaneous pens and pencils that I use on the desktop. Here is another one of the stainless steel bowls. They are so pretty. I love this little decorative print on there, and that I just use for some candy on my desktop. I got this utensil organizer for $1 from Pennywise, I believe, and I just use it to hold some stuff on my desktop, like my junk journal mini happy planner and some bookmarks, including this one here that I actually found in 1967 Reader's Digest. I was going through to look for the images in the Fox and the Hound, and this beautiful, gorgeous gold Victorian lady was in there. So that was an awesome find. I love going through old books and finding all the cool little treasures that people leave behind in them. Moving on, I have these 2 organizers that actually got sent to me in a friend mail. She actually sent several things in that friend mail. It was incredible. It was like a really long friend mail to go through, and so many awesome gifts and goodies and just things that I have loved incorporating into my office here. So I used 2 of them. One is a little bit bigger than the other. This one I just used grab for adhesive and then a lighter for a candle. And then I have more glues, paintbrushes for using glue in my journals, and then hot glue sticks. So just quick grab for stuff. Here, this is the other half of that baseball storage box. You can see here how it looks. It's just open, and then you interlock the 2 pieces together to create a box form, and that's what it's supposed to be for. I found it in Pennywise, kind of just moving from place to place. I don't think anybody knew what it was or how to open it, and then I played with it for a little bit, figured out how to open it, and I love it. So got that for $1. And in this, I just put a bunch of stickers that our friend here to the channel actually sent, including this huge book of Happy Planner stickers, guys. OMG. And all of these, and even Selena themed planner stickers, like, yes, really. So this little lid here is actually a Bath & Body Works candle lid. I thought it was adorable. Super shimmery. I use it as a coaster or for my hot glue gun. And then I just have those sitting on top of there, so I would use them. This is an acrylic pegboard organizer box. So these actually sell new for about $10. You can find them for cheaper here and there, but if you go online and you're going to order them to buy them, you'll find them for about 10 bucks because they're actually acrylic and they have the pegs already built on to the box. So you put them onto your pegboard and they actually look beautiful on the pegboard, but I could not use a pegboard system in this room anymore because it was not allowing me to maximize my storage and get full function and use out of my space. So unfortunately I had to let that go, and I will be probably putting it somewhere else in the future, but for now it just can't be in the office. So I did take the boxes down and I put them throughout different spaces, but this one is actually on my desktop, and I like that it keeps it tilted a little bit with the pegs for my Spectrum markers. Now, I'm not a professional at all by any means, so I have things that I just like to play with. So I don't use these things properly, but I don't care because they're mine. I pay for them. I like them. I use them. And in this basket here, it has this little lid. It's really nothing. I like it basically to have it on the desk because it's cute. But I just have an extension cord in there, so when I need it, I have one on hand, because we always rush around looking for an extension cord and we can never find one. And ever since I put it here, it's like, duh, it's on my desk. The mats that I have were actually American Craft mats from Tuesday Morning. You can find them there for about 15 bucks. I have two here. There's one on top and one on bottom. One is cleaner than the other. So the cleaner one I use for hauling or friend mails or things like that, and then the second one that's not so clean, I use it for actual projects because it's really hard to clean these things. I haven't gone out of my way to like really find a way to get them clean. I'm sure there's a way, but eventually I'll figure that out and probably share it with you guys. But for now, I have a cleaner one and a not so clean one for projects, and then one for pretty. I have this little pull-out lap desk. This is basically storing miscellaneous. So this is the paper pad that I use for my January layout, and I will be using for my February planner setup. This is the Slice Mat, great glass plate. It's magnetic and it's foam on the other side for embossing. And then here we have this mat. I got it for free at Pennywise, as you can see the 2 X's. And this is great for no glare on the camera when I want to do little like ink projects or something. This is the magnet ruler plate for the Slice Mat. And then this is a, I think this was a hot glue mat. I don't remember. Anyway, in here I have a staple remover, some staples, stapler, calculator, sharpener, and nail filer. Just the not so fun stuff, but you need it on hand. So there is that. Moving on to the drawers, there are 5 drawers here, which I have fallen in love with. This top one is actually the one that changes out the most. So right now I don't have a current project. Otherwise it would be full of project supplies for what I'm working on currently. When I did my Christmas junk journal, I had this basket here with these. These are bar clips. You slide them on a bar to hold your ribbon or your washi or whatever. And I actually find them useful to take whatever washi out of my stash that I'm going to be using for my projects, to put them here so that they're here when I look for them in videos, and I'm not leaving them rolling around all over the place or covering them with paper and stuff like that. And I keep them all together. And once I'm done with the project, I take them all off and all out of here. That includes ribbon and washi. And I put them all back, so I'm just left with a basket full of empty little holders. And that for me works because that tells me that I put everything back in its place. And then I have some leftover twine and stuff that I was using for my Christmas junk journal that I made with you guys, showing y'all how to create the cover for that. And then I have some magazines here that I have to find a home for. They are super cute. Actually, they're books, not magazines. They're books, and I love them for inspiration, especially this one, because this one is definitely full of someone's work that likes to put a lot of crap on the walls, like me, and use baskets and all that good stuff. So these will find a new home. They are just here for now. And this one, this is a vintage washi drawer. These are the ones that make me feel like they're most vintage-y and very fun for layering and adding age and that old look to things that I absolutely love. It's like one of those little trinket shelves, and I painted it a while back pink and blue, and then I was like, you know what, I don't want it pink and blue, so I painted it white, but it didn't absorb as well, and I don't feel like going back and painting it, so I put it into this drawer, and it actually works out perfect in here. It really doesn't matter if it's painted or not. So that is what's in here. And then along with that, I have some workout stickies for the memory planning, just to use for exercise, since I do go to the gym now for several months, and I actually love it, guys. Like, I think I miss it when I don't go. And then some perfume, just randomly spray around the room just for some fresh smelling goodness. This is my personal drawer. Funny enough, this is actually a taco tray organizer. I found several of these at King Dollar years ago, before they even knew who I was, before it was like even a thing to haul King Dollar stuff. I shopped at King Dollar for years, and I mean it when I say it. I've shopped there since I was like 15. And this was one of the items that I found, and I actually use these as cosmetic organizers. I've used them as desk organizers, embellishment organizers. Like, these are thebomb.com. But for now, one is sitting in my drawer, and it's holding all of my personal grab for stuff. And then bands for my hair whenever my hair is in the way, and all that good stuff. So there's that. And then in here I have ephemera categories that I want to piece together and put together and build up on. Like, this is music related stuff. This is recipe stuff. This is more recipe stuff. And then here is just like old pictures and imagery and ads and all that. And I think this is all gardening related. This is all of my fun game themed paper stuff. I have flashcards, these cool game cards. I have a box of game pieces in there, including the original Scrabble tiles and little stands. Vintage bingo, old flashcards. Like, there's a bunch of cool little pieces in here. When I find original games, I'll pay like $2 and I'll just take the pieces out and play with the pieces pretty much. So there is that, and that's what's in that drawer. So that is all the drawers on this side. Now we can move to the lower half of this desk where it's not so pretty, but it's totally functional. All right, guys, so we're cozy and comfy here on the floor, just how I like it. Fun fact, when I create, I actually create on the floor. Whenever I'm putting pieces together or going through my stash or enjoying what I have and just kind of flipping through to pair stuff, I am always on the floor. I love sitting on the floor and just going through everything. I feel like I can just roll around in all things crafty. I have a King Dollar rack. I spray painted it white and I put it up underneath the desk so that I could hold those miscellaneous things that I usually need on my desk. This is a fabric measuring tape, and then this one is just a standard measuring tape. I always need a measuring tape for some reason, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put this here where I can finally keep it, and it's worked very well right there because it's just grab, go, and then when I'm done I can just put it back without having to dig through anything. And then I have like my heat guns, some glue guns and stuff like that, and I have them plugged in an extension cord that actually goes through here, but the wire was really annoying at my feet, so I just shoved it into the bottom drawer. In here I have not so vintage books. I mean, they're vintage, but they're just not as old as the other stuff that I have on my vintage shelf, which is the stuff that I love a little bit more. But here I have like dictionary pages from 85. These are like 80s product. And then in here I have some cleansing bacterial wipes, some more towels and grid paper and receipt paper and stuff like that, just for fun, coffee staining and tea staining and all that. Under here, this is actually one of my favorite little things under here. So I just hung this little basket on a hook, and you'll notice I put hooks everywhere. Hung this little basket for friend mails. And then here I have this spray bottle just hanging on the edge here. I have some rolls of paper towels. I have my tripod and a cleaning towel. This is stuff that I just like grab for real quick when I'm doing videos. And in here I have my light board and another tripod. So I have some techie stuff down there that I don't use all the time, some cleaning stuff, and just all the things that aren't so pretty, but you need them to be nearby. I have them there so I can just reach for it, not even have to look for it, and I can find it there. Okay, so now that we've looked at the surface of the desk and underneath and in the drawers, this is actually my scrap area. So I have this cart here to the side. This is an IKEA shoe organizer, which I will go into more detail of those later, but this is perfect for just tossing in your scrap papers. Now, I'm not a big scrap collector. I don't go through and color coordinate my scraps and all that jazz. That's just not how I do things. But I have it if I like it. If it's a print that I like and I don't want to toss it, I'll put it in here. If it's a print that I don't care too much about, then whatever, right? So I have them in here. Maybe in the future I'd get a little more organized, but for me, I just don't feel like it's necessary. And then I have this wood vintage organizer on top that I got from a thrift store, and I just use it for miscellaneous right now. But that has been working very well, having this here on the side. And one thing you'll notice about these shelves is that they actually have a nice lip right here. So now that we've covered the scrap area, let's go ahead and turn our attention to the back of the desk. I actually have 3 lights going on over the desk, not including the fan. So I have one softbox light here, another one here, and then I have the light bar. That is all over the desk purposes. At one point I had tripods everywhere, and all it did was take up all of this room right here. So I had basically no walking space, and the hubby is such a big guy. He wears like a 12, 13 shoe. So he'd walk through here and he'd be kicking stuff and knocking stuff down, and he wasn't allowed in here often. And I don't really like to keep him out of places because he's good company and he has really good ideas. So we decided to go ahead and remove all of the tripods and find a way to mount them to the desk. It's not an easy task, but we did it because, of course, I have to do everything on a budget. So starting off here, I have this little hook that you can find at any dollar store in like a 6-pack for $1. And I have this little folding stool here that I got from a picnic table set a long time ago for outside, and it folds up and I just hang it from there, and I have it when I need it. And since I'm a shorty, well, not really a shorty, but I'm 5'5", and I like to store things and get max use out of my vertical space, I take things up high. So I do need a stool around the house a lot. In my kitchen, I have a stool. In our pantry area, we have a stool. We have stools all over the place because we got to be able to reach things, because we always take things up. Here, I have the tripod piece. Now, this actually went to my standing tripod that I used to have. The hubby bought me for, I don't know, some gift purpose. But it's already old. You can see how old it is. And the leg was broken and all this stuff. So we just kind of took it apart, repurposed it into the holding bar for my arm so that I can record overhead videos, and it's worked out so good. I absolutely love it. And all I did was take those same bike hooks, well, I don't know what they call them, wall hooks, and I mounted them sideways and just cupped them around the tripod bar. And I put this here because it kept spinning every so often, so I just did that so it wouldn't move anymore, just to make my life easy. And then here I did the same thing. You can see this is a light bar. Now this light bar actually came from King Dollar for $5, and that was awesome. And all 3, 1, 2, 3 of these lights are all plugged into number outlets. So when you get remote control outlet plugs, you can just plug them into an existing outlet, and then you put your plug for your item in there, and then you have a remote control, which I have here, that controls your lights. So we have 1, 2, 3. Cool. And then I can come in and turn on any light I want from a remote instead of a switch. That's pretty cool. So the arm I did get from Five Below. It's for a tablet or a phone. So it's kind of universal. It's got a big stretch to it, and it's awesome. I use it overhead all the time. That's actually how I record any of my tutorials. Down here, there's not much I can do about the extension cord and the outlet thing. It just is what it is. That's the space I'm working with, so I make the best out of it. I just threw this runner over it so that it would at least cover some of it and create somewhat of a walkway space here without tripping over the stupid cord. Okay, so that is pretty much it for the desk area, guys. If you are interested in continuing, we will be moving on to the back wall, starting at the door. Now, starting with my door, it's an actual farmhouse door. I am in love with it. And the funny thing is, my friend actually bought 2 of these doors for her house, and she said when she was painting it, she got this overwhelming feeling that it was meant for me. So her and her hubby decided actually to gift it to me for Christmas, and I couldn't be more happy with it. She said she felt like when she saw my office that she wanted me to be able to display it and have it on display. When you walk by, you can look in and be inspired by it, because she said that she likes being able to look at it. So of course she wanted me to be able to pass through and see it and enjoy it as well. So for her to go out of her way and use something as my gift that she was going to have in her own home and give it to me instead, that was just so generous, and I couldn't be more grateful for it. And it's done exactly that. I walk by and this space inspires me every day when I peek in. I absolutely love it when I pass through the hallway. So there is that. Above that and off to the side here are some natural element touches. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. I actually am a huge lover of all things industrial, rustic, and natural elements and woods and metals and things like that. So these were perfect. So I used to store my pegboards hanging on the wall. I screwed in one of those little tiny diamond hooks into the tips of, or the centers of, each of the boards and hung them on photo hooks flat against the wall, which worked for a while, but it was not letting me maximize my vertical space because I couldn't layer them. So I had to put them spread out, which would take up more space for less material or less product. So I had to find a solution. My friend showed me some plates that some plate shelves that her and her husband made. And I was like, you know what? I want some of those, but that would be awesome for my punch board. So I gave the picture to the hubby, and of course he recreated it for me. He burned the wood and gave it this gorgeous grain, which we have done all over our railing outside of the house. So I feel like it just brings some of the house's personality outside into the inside, and I absolutely love it. So all it is basically is 3 pieces of wood just screwed together. Now what she suggested was putting this piece on the top board here and screwing it in from the bottom so that you don't see the screw heads, which is perfect and ideal if you're doing it for your plate storage. I needed a wider base so that I could put multiple boards into this space without them filling it up too fast, because the boards can be kind of chunky. So I needed a wider base. So that means we had to put the board out here to give us nice wide space to put more boards on, because if we would have put it up here, that would have shortened that and it just wouldn't work. So anyway, needless to say, since all of my shelves are exactly the same, the screws do not bother me one bit, and I can still have more room for growth. And then we put one above the door for little special trinkets that people have sent to me here. And yeah, I'm absolutely in love with these shelves. Now, I wouldn't doubt it if We Are Memory Keepers came up with a system this kind of like the same, after seeing them in multiple videos, I'm sure. Now, I haven't seen anybody store them like this, but I definitely don't think I'm the first. You know, I'm not rewriting history here, but I definitely love the way it looks. So moving on, there is this shelf underneath that I also love. I found this at the Habitat for Humanity Restore. It's an awesome piece, very small, narrow shelving. The shelf is super skinny, so it fits perfect behind the door. I don't have to worry about it ramming the door or anything like that. And on the back of the door, I opted to go with a deadbolt outside because this is my office and I don't like people coming in and out. And a lock from the inside so that I didn't have a big doorknob hitting my shelf here, which made things so much better. And I just have all of my punches, all things punch related, and then some paints down at the bottom. Now paint, I don't do too many paint crafts, but I do like to do home decor DIYs, and they come in handy when my friends and stuff have parties. A friend of mine came over and she had a unicorn theme for her daughters, and we painted some mason jars with the paint. It turned out so adorable. So I like having supplies on hand for stuff like that. And then up here I have these tiny little containers full of miscellaneous office supplies like paper clips, staples, industrial staples, thumbtacks, and metal clips and stuff like that. And then a trio stapler here where you can staple around the page with that. And that is it for this space here. And this unit is almost 5 feet tall. And again, I got it for $30 at the Habitat for Humanity Restore. I really felt like I had to bring some of myself into this office. I was really getting frustrated with all of the super bold, poppy pink and stuff. I felt like I was kind of losing myself in the space where it wasn't me anymore. It was more, I don't know, more bubbly. And though I am a pleasant person, if I must say so myself, I am just not all that bubbly. And for me, I wanted some of my own personality to come in, which is kind of vintage and older and stuff like that. So I had to create basket walls in this space. And now that will take us over to the next part of this area. Now let me explain a little bit to you about what I was going for here. I wanted storage units that I could stack or that I could line up here on the wall. And I intended in going to IKEA and getting the $40 little drawer sets that they have that are made out of metal. Not the Alex drawer, not those, not a file cabinet. It was this other metal drawer unit. The only thing was, not only were they shorter, but they were also longer from the walk space to the wall. So needless to say, when I got there, I had a lot of replanning to do. So my intention was to buy several of those units and put them all along the wall there, and then put a long wood piece along the top or several wood strips to create a faux countertop style piece. But unfortunately, when I went in there, they were too long front to back and they were very low. So it wasn't giving me the exact look that I wanted for the cost. They were $40 a piece, and I didn't know if I wanted to fork that over just for the storage and the look that I wanted. I had to hunt down a few extra pieces and kind of think outside or inside the organizing box. So I went over and found the shoe organizers. Now we have some of these downstairs in our laundry room actually for shoes, but I knew that they would be great storage for other things. So I decided to go ahead and check these out first. I was debating on dresser units and stuff like that, so I went back and forth between the two, but I chose to go with the shoe organizers. So they come in different colors. You can get them in black, brown, and white. They do not come with handles or knobs. I actually put these on here, and we'll get into that a little bit more in just a little bit. But each one or each set is $25. So you can get the wood ones for $25, or you can get the 2-pack of the plastic ones for $25. It's great to work with both if you know what you want in a specific space. So let's go ahead and take a look at these cabinets. So starting off, the knobs are actually a craft knob by Tim Holtz. I actually looked for screws that I could force and shove into the back of these to create a pull. Now, these are not meant to be actual drawer pulls. They're more decorative for the little file cardboard cabinet things that he has, but I was determined to get them on to these organizers. So that's where these are from. And then inside, you'll see that in this first one, it holds a ton of product. And in here, I have all of my super long sticker packs. They have the ginormous size scrapbook stickers that we all hauled from Dollar Tree. My adhesive stickers here that I usually use for the fronts of planners or as wall decor. I have some wall stickers here, and basically just all of those really long sticker packs that you can't take apart and put into other systems and aren't like everyday cutesy stickers. And then below that, I have more backup supplies like pens and markers, some felt pieces for the kiddo projects. I have some spiral rings and just more stuff. In this one, I have little sticker books and sticker rolls. These are actually baked goodie box stickers, so you can decorate your goodie box and put a note for someone that you've baked something for. And these are all just like the dollar sticker books that I let the kids play with. When our friends come over, I let their kids play with them, and so on. And then down here, this one is just alphas. So it's full of little alpha sticker packs that I know I could put words together with. And in this one, I have all of my little paper pads. These are basically anything that isn't specifically a category like my vintage. And I know it's not something that I'm going to reach for all the time or something that I'm absolutely in love with, but I do like and I don't want to toss. These are all of those smaller paper pads. These are here just to kind of shuffle through and use whatever I want. down here in this last cabinet, it's basically just extra paper. There's a lot of loose paper in here that has adult coloring cards and just blank paper. I found this huge pack of paper one time at King Dollar. It was a actual scrapbook paper brand where they had all these different sizes for $1, and that was years ago, and that's what I have now. So yeah, I absolutely love this system. You can put dividers in there, you can put baskets in there as I did. You can set the divider to what you want or just add bins to keep things categorized or separated. It's super easy and I love these here. Now my most favorite part is that it allowed me to have the decorative element that I really wanted up on top. So on the top here, these are actually metal boards for a shelving system that they have at IKEA, but I found them in the clearance section for like $5, and I was like, you know what? I know the little holes would be useful because it reminded me of pegboards, and they were metal, so I could definitely put magnets on it if I wanted to, and it wound up working out perfectly. I just use little S-hooks that go in there just fine, and they can hold different goodies. So that is that for a magnet board and hanging other stuff. And then here I have some DIY magnets that I made with you guys on the channel a long time ago, like years ago, and I still have them. Here I have this paper organizer or a napkin holder, whatever it is. I think I was sent that in a friend mail, and I use it for my previous journaling or memory keeping or memory planning. That's what I call it. Here I have my previous year's classic planner layouts and some to-go planner supplies pouches. I actually found these at King Dollar. It was a really big deal when I found them. They're super cool and really nice and cute, and they were $1.25 a piece. I love those, so I have them there. And this basket is actually from Alma. She is my BFF, and she is so sweet and thoughtful, and she comes across all kinds of stuff, and she just like gives it to me when it doesn't work in her house because she knows I take scraps. Now here I have my Zutter ring press thing with all the little supplies here. This is just a Dollar Tree container that it's sitting on top of. They just sit well right there, so I put it there. And then this journal, it's a junk journal by a friend to the channel. She created it for me. It's amazing. It has personal pictures in there. It has my name all over the place. She even created some inserts that I could use to refill it with. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous piece, and I absolutely love it. I feel like I step into another time when I look at it. Here, I just added a hook for whatever. If I have a purse or my sweater or whatever that I'm using for the day, I can hang it right there. This one has an IKEA bar where you can hang the S-hooks, you can hang these little containers, you can do whatever you want with it basically. I actually have a lot of these in my kitchen where I hang S-hooks and I hang my pots and teapots and all that stuff from it. So there's that. I don't really put much in these containers, to be honest with you. They're just kind of like miscellaneous stuff. Like I have chalk and then some extra stands for standing up product, some decorative skeleton keys, and that's pretty much it. I have 2 little hammers hanging from there when I need them. Here, this is a thrift store find. I think it was $1 as well. It's one of those utensil caddies. I love these things for everything organizing. So in one, I have a bunch of paint brushes. On the other little insert, I have my little fluffy bunny ear pins. Those are so cute. And then I have some paint supplies that the kids use for their canvases. It's little paint trays, another palette, and then some scrapers. Because, of course, they were watching Bob Ross and they're all into it, so I let them have several supplies. All of these came in a multi-pack from King Dollar, so that was awesome. This is just a little tray that says Follow Your Bliss. I love it because it looks like it's typed, and if you guys know anything about me, I love vintage typewriters and typing and like books and stuff, so this was very cute. And this kind of looks like a bird's nest basket. This is actually holding all of Boogie's oil and acrylic paints. We left him only with the watercolor paints because that boy is not yet in a position to have these things in his possession without making a big old mess. Like, I'm not about to deal with that. So I took it all and I left him with all his watercolor stuff, and he still has plenty of supplies, but this is not about to be over there. Here, this was actually a Wood Alphas kit from the 99 Cents Only store. And I thought it looked cute just propped up right here. I didn't even buy it for a real purpose. I just bought it because they were wood and they were cute and I love them. So yeah, now they're here. Now looking onto this side, basically the same exact thing with the metal boards. Use the S-hooks and it's you can put your magnets and stuff on it. I just have some strong magnets there, so when I need them I grab them. That super big magnet is there. Some locks that I actually found at King Dollar long ago. They were an amazing find, and they even come with the little skeleton keys to open them. So cute. So cute. For $1.25, like, yes please. I have some cute little keychains hanging there that I've been sent from friends to the channel. Have all of my puffball keychains in this thing that Alma gave me as well. It's like a lantern with this really cool wood handle. This was a card sent to me, or a not a card, but a what do you call it, a journaling card sent to me a long time ago in a friend mail, and it's always fit in very well with the room, so I've always kept it in here. And below that is another journal that someone made for me. A lot of work went into that, and it was so gorgeous, and I loved it. I love the feel of it, I love the look of it, and I had to keep it out for display. So that is what this entire little decorative area looks like. Now we can move on to everything that I have stored up at the top. Starting here at the top, I have these little glass jars that are empty right now. I actually used to have them when I had my buttons and stuff in there, but since I've had to kind of reduce storage things on my shelving, I took those out and I put those into the containers that they are in now, and I just have these up here for backup storage. Up here I have things like clips with rings, thumbtacks, bullet casings. Yeah, so that kind of stuff. And then I have these little containers full of other office type supplies like staples there. I have some spackling that I use for other projects, adhesive spray from Dollar Tree, some tape runners, corrective tape like whiteout, glue sticks and large glue sticks for the glue gun, Mod Podge, double-sided tape, more glue sticks and glitter glues. I have some decoupage gloss sealers, some Eileen's glues, some glitter glue, wood glue, all that stuff. So basically anything backup adhesive is here and easy to reach and grab for. So there is that. And then we have this other unit over here on the side. So everything here is pretty self-explanatory. I have a few containers. These are metal galvanized containers, I think from Dollar Tree, I want to say. And they have just random brush stuff in them, like makeup brushes for blending experiments, watercolor brushes, some foam brushes, anything that we need throughout, you know, random miscellaneous projects, they're all here. So this thing that I like, what I like about this the most is that it has this nice lip, so anything you put up here is not going to just like roll off and fall off, so it makes a really good storage and display space. So on here, these do not come with hooks, and I had this hardware. This is actually the lower half of a lock. Okay, so a lock will actually go in here, but I found this piece on clearance. I found several of them on clearance at Hobby Lobby, and I use them as handles. So looking in here, I have a ton of spray paint product. I find awesome spray paints like Valspar paint at King Dollar for $1.25. And we're always spray painting projects in our house, around our house, decor pieces and all that. So I always make sure that if I find something I like, I stock up if it's affordable so that I can have it on hand for any random project that I decide to do in a day. So that is it for this unit here. Now, one of my favorite things that I incorporated into this office were my basket walls and baskets. I love all things basket related. They're so cute. And in these I put upholstery tacks just to add a nice little dimension to each one of them, and I love the way that it came out. And a lot of these are really old pieces, so that's actually what makes them pretty exciting. Now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the other side and show you guys what I have in the other shoe organizer. Okay, so here's the other basket wall. That is actually a ginormous sized leaf that the hubby found for me. That thing is at least 10 or 11 inches long. It's incredible. So he thought it was pretty cool that I could use it to decorate in my office, and I did, and I love it, along with that one there. And he's always thinking about things like that, and it makes me very happy. I left the tags on these little baskets because they're really old, and they had them priced at 10 cents at one point, and I just couldn't bring myself to cut the tags off, so they're still on there. Anyway, this is the other little basket wall that I have, and it comes to the top of the other organizer here on the wall. Here I have a brass wall hanging container, and I put flowers in it that the hubby actually brought me home one day. They are yellow roses and these like clovers. They were really pretty clovers, nice big green and purple clovers. They were really pretty. And he brought some home to us, or he brought some home to me, and I had them in the office for a while, but they were so big that I just had to take some out and fill up this little thing here, and that's what I held on to. And then I have an IKEA lantern here that really doesn't have much in it. These are little storage containers also that you can put like party goodies into and all that jazz. Right now I just have them up here inside the lantern just because. And then in here I have feathers, some miscellaneous hardware, and then here are my giveaways that I've done on the channel over the years. And when I do giveaways, I like to put meaning behind my giveaways and try to inspire people through the giveaway to kind of share something that they probably wouldn't share, or find some way of healing or growth through sharing whatever it is that I ask them to use as the entry for the giveaway. So if ever you got to go deep when you enter my giveaway, sorry, but just know that I do it with the best intentions at heart, right? Okay, so that is it for this area. Now we can go ahead and look at the back of this closet. Now I just got asked in this in my poll on Instagram, where are my cosmetics and my lady products, and this is actually where they are, but this is not related to this video, so I'm not going to go into there. Plus I have a lot of storage items that I have not used yet and I don't really know what to do with yet in there as well. But all of my body sprays and makeup and all that good pretty stuff is behind this door. Maybe that might be a future content video, I don't know. So basically I used the back of the door for storage, and this is where I first got the idea to hang up these bins, because I got 2 bins, I believe, from Pennywise for $4, which is awesome because like I said, you get 2 for $25. Getting them for $4 was great. So at the very top here, I just simply have these little shelf metal hooks that you would use for underneath the shelf to hold the shelf up. I have 2 of those mounted to the wall, and then we fold up the tip, and that keeps the Texture Boutique in place. It doesn't fall off, it doesn't slide around, none of that. It just stays right there, and it's worked perfectly. I used to have it on the wall in my other office. Here, like I said, these shelves have a really awesome lip, and this is where the rest of the acrylic organizers went, where I found them for $1 at a thrift store. They also have the pegs on the back, but I just use them right now to hold my embossing folders. I don't have a ginormous size collection because I'm cheap, and if I can't get them for super cheap, then I'm not going to pay for them, to be honest. So I do have a select few. Now the only thing is, at one point I did have some dies, but this is all the dies that I have, and I'm thinking that through the move they somehow got misplaced. So this is all I got, like nothing. These are over the door hooks, but I just flipped them upside down to where this little narrow part is here. And I hang things off of it, like some Bluetooth earphones, some regular earphones, lanyards, and stuff that I'll grab for every now and again. On the top of this lower bin, I have a little basket with some pretty ribbon in it. Now, nothing crazy. These are just the ribbons that I like year round. I think they're pretty and I can have them on display and they don't really bother anything or anybody. So yeah. And then I have another one of the shoe organizers here. And this is the hardware kind of organizer place. So these are the Dollar Tree lock top bins, which saved my office for so long. I absolutely love these bins because number one, they lock. They click very nicely. They close and they hold close, and I love them. Number two, they're a gorgeous pale pink color. And number three, they're see-through. So I'm a display person. I like to have things out in the open. I have to look at things and see the different colors and see what I have. And that's how my brain works. It cycles around all my supplies and it puts things together kind of like a puzzle. And I have to be able to look at the things to kind of let that happen. So I use these containers for a very long time. But now that I've reduced my plastic storage, this and another little section is kind of all I got now. So in here I have all of the hardware things that I have to grab for. Kind of here and there for more like hanging projects, like hanging pictures or hanging baskets or hanging other stuff. So this is more not creative kind of stuff. It's just actual like tools and things. So in here I have a bunch of pegboard hooks and S hooks. Here I have a bunch of binder clips. Here I have some upholstery tacks. Here are a lot of different style of ring hooks, like shower curtain hooks and things like that. And then these are actual tools. So everything just fits so nicely in here. You can even stack 2 more on the top and it closes, opens and closes, no problem. I love the way they fit in here so nicely. You literally just grab what you need and put it back when you're done. Super easy. Down there I have an Extra Texture Boutique that I found for $8 and I couldn't leave it be at the store. Like, it was $8, so I don't know if I'll keep it or use it in the giveaway or just kind of keep it as a backup in case I damage the other one somehow. I thought it was a great price, so I picked it up and I haven't found a place for it yet. This is a patch that I was actually sent in a friend mail, which is pretty cool because the hubby is law enforcement, so they shared a patch from their city with us, so I thought that was really sweet. And this here, this is a boho style dream catcher that was once a rug, but my dog thought it would be a great idea to just tear it up. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking that the dream catcher had like death by dog kind of wish, and it's like, I don't want to be a rug anymore, I want to be something incredible, so why not be a dream catcher, right? Yep. So I took it apart, took all the fabric pieces out and turned it into a dream catcher instead, and I think it's absolutely adorable. So cute. I've been told like 100 times to sell them, but like, that's just not what I do. I'm just more of like a teach a man how to fish kind of person. And my XOXO write your own life story frame, love it. So that is it for this corner here. One of my favorite, oh, I just love this whole office, to be honest with you. So that is pretty much it for this wall, which we will call wall number 1. Now that we've covered everything in this area and I've given you kind of an overview and some details behind my thought process when creating these little systems, we can go ahead and move on to the next area. All right, guys, so moving on, we're gonna go ahead and go over what's in these carts here, along with this cart on the side of my desk. I think I will keep the bookshelves kind of categorized into themselves. So there's going to be quite a bit going on that side, and I think this in itself will take a few minutes. So let's just go ahead and start here. This is a sliding door, and though I am super excited about it and I love having it in my office, it's actually just not practical for this space. Also, I didn't want to have curtains because I had some curtains up and it just made it look super, I don't know, chunky, and like, I don't know, it just wasn't looking right in this side of the room with the curtains showing. So what I did was, when I showed you guys how to make the dollar store DIY light box on my, I think, DIY playlist, I'm not really sure what it's on. Anyway, I think that is shower trim or something along those lines, and it only cost a few cents. I chopped it up and used it to make my own ginormous size light box during the day, because like the light comes in and it looks really cute. And I just took my alphas that I found on clearance at Hobby Lobby and put them on there, and they worked out great. The stickers are actually multiple wall sticker sheets from Dollar Tree. I think I used about 3 or 4 sheets of the succulents and then one with the birdie and the flowers. And I just kind of layered them and mixed them up and put them how I wanted them, and they look really cute. And then these are actually the Aldi carts. The Aldi carts were $25, I believe, and I've used them ever since I bought them. I really do enjoy them. After the move, I went through, reorganized, got rid of some stuff I didn't want, or put other things in places where they actually have a home now. And we can go ahead and take a look at these. So starting off with this one here, I found this really cute stand, and it's all wood. And I had this mailing stuff here, so I just decided to sit it on top, and it looks adorable. I feel like it just kind of coordinates with the room. Has a cute floral print, so I wanted it on display. Here is miscellaneous, just some big Jingle Bells, suction cups, light hooks. These go to a bottle drying rack that I use for other things. Some miscellaneous parts and pieces and magnets. Empty adhesives. These are all clips. Metals and woods. Empty. Empty. I kind of like seeing it empty. Rubber bands. Empty again. And empty again. That's it for this one. Now we can move on to this one. This is the Sizzix. OMG. So if you know anything about me, you know I am not a techie person, and though I have a Cricut, it's kind of intimidating. And I know it's a simple machine. I've used it. It's just a matter of doing things on the computer and designing them and kind of just, you never know, you know, you don't know what it's going to be like until you see it, whereas if you do it manually, you kind of just know. So I like all things manual. This thing works so great. I got it at Tuesday Morning at a great price, and I'm so in love with it. It embosses, it cuts, it does all that jazz. So manual machine, love it. Starting off with the top drawer here, I have embellishments, and I don't know why my brain separates these embellishments from those embellishments, but it does. So I have filled this thing up with lots of different embellishments that my brain sees in here. And here are nothing but tags. Like, this is just all tags. I love tags. You can use them on gifts. You can use them to label things. You can use them to anything, bookmarks, whatever you want. Here's just some miscellaneous pieces. I have some fall leaves, some lions heads for journal covers, some little stickers, and then stickers that come out of different packs. And this was sent to me by a friend to the channel. And then of course the straws. And then here, my mom actually found a ton of these tile samples, and I love them. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. I just really do love them. They're so cute. So I kept them, and I'm pretty sure I can use them as tags as well, or dividers for different papers and stuff like that. So that is adorable. And then here is kind of like stuff that I don't really buy too much of. You can see there's some Valentine's Day, some Easter, boy baby shower, 4th of July, and that's probably about it for that. And here I have gems and glitter. These are kind of like, I don't know, these kind of remind me of like nail product, so I just leave them in here. Zip ties, plastic bags, fabric bags, and more plastic bags. That's it for that. Super simple. These are some vintage recipe, food related ephemera kits that I have, and I pushed for a little bit on Instagram. I sold about 15 of them. This is what I have left, and I haven't pushed them since because it's just not where my brain is. I'm just not big into selling stuff. I will eventually put things in my Etsy store and actually have them for sale and stuff like that. I do have this listed in there, but it's not exactly like the best quality pictures and stuff. The better quality ones are from Instagram, and I just put it in there to have it in there, if that makes any sense. So at some point I will revamp my Etsy store, but for now, that's what it is. And then I found these really cute farmhouse little postcards in a pack one time, and I don't remember where I got them from. I think they were on clearance somewhere, but they are gorgeous. Just a little colander with some eggs in there. And then I have this, and it's full of the dry clovers from the flowers that the hubby gave me. That is just some little toy that the kids play with, and it landed in here, and I just put it there. So here we have a ton of stamps. So these are kind of like quotes and phrases. These are woodland creatures. These are, I don't know. I'm not sure what the specific category is for that one, but we'll figure it out. This one is icons. This one is, looks like winter. This one is Halloween. Here is miscellaneous. Rubber stamps and plates. These are the like gray rubber stamps, not the clear stamps. Those are all in my other organizer. And then here are some new ones that I got from Stampin' Up! From, I think like, these are from 2002. Really cute sets, the little boy and the little girl. I love those. And some ties and stuff to create straps for junk journals and things like that. And off to the side, I have this one that is beside my desk. And this basically stores everything that is vintage related that I shuffle through the most. It's just little baskets and bins full of vintage ephemera. Papers, cardstock. So for now, that is all for all of my carts little section. And we can go ahead and move on to the few bookshelves that we have over on